5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. You are listening to The Bad Boy Radio Show with Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham. This is that real shit, not that fake shit. The only radio show that's not afraid to tell you the truth about the game. This is The Bad Boy Radio Show. Remember, the truth is inside you.
Yeah. What's poppin', people? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. We got Miles Cunningham in the place. What's going on?
Yo, what up?
What's poppin'? So this is the Bad Boy Radio Show. You know, we had to switch the format because, the other spot we was at, I don't know what's wrong with them. So this show is clear. It's going to be clear. You're going to hear everything we're saying. Last week we had some technical difficulties. They was trying to distort the game. You feel me? Because we were spitting that hot fire, and they was like, nah, they wasn't feeling that. They was like, chill, yo, y'all talking too much real shit. So we gonna make it happen today. You feel me? We are gonna do that. But listen, before we get into anything, we're gonna take a super quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to get into the news, and then we're gonna talk about our topic today, which is why a lot of men have trouble attracting women, because a lot of dudes, they hit me up all the time. So we're going to get into this. All right. So we'll be right back after this message.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.
All right. We are back, people. We are back on the radio show.
Yeah, Bad Boy Show.
Yeah, man. So there's been some shit going on in the news, man. Also, guess what? They got this like news sound effect. Let's see how this sounds. Oh shit. That's the new sound effect, people. That's what we're gonna use from now on for the news. So when you hear this, that means we're going to talk about, some fuckery going on in life. You feel what I'm saying? So
nice.
The first story is a priest was caught trying to have sex with babies. So the story is there's this priest. He's like a 23-year-old dude trying to become a priest. And they basically said that undercover agents was posing as travel guides, and they confirmed that he'd written them emails asking to purchase a female child under 3 for sex. Okay, so
nice.
so this dude, he's trying to buy kids for sex. Wow,
he's not having any trouble attracting women.
Exactly.
Oh
that's
my
fucked
God.
up. That's messed up.
Oh my God.
This is terrible. Like, and it's crazy because the dude, he's trying to be a priest, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, what's up with these priests that's always trying to, bang little kids, you know what I mean? And you know what it is, really?
They're not supposed to have sex with women, but
right.
The Bible doesn't say you can't have sex with kids, I guess.
Does it? I don't know. I don't. I haven't read the Bible, so I don't know. But it's crazy because, they say when you repress certain things, it makes it stronger. This is why these priests or, even people that try to be celibate, they just think about sex all the time because they're,
right.
They're repressing their sexual energy. But I'm just like, why is it always kids though? You understand? Like, what is that about that? Like, why, how come you never hear of a priest just trying to fuck a bad bitch? You understand?
What hold on. Have you ever spoke to a bitch? I mean, excuse me. Have you ever spoke to one of these females today? It's much easier to get a kid to do what you want them to do. Because, you can threaten them. You can, just be like, listen, do this and shut the hell up. And the kid will say, okay. Or the kid won't say shit. And if they're easier to manipulate because,
that is true.
You can just threaten to kill their parents and they'll do whatever you say.
See, we are not condoning pedophilia on the Bad Boy Show. Fuck that. We're not about. We just think this is. It's kind of sad and funny and weird at the same time. I'm being
very, very ironic and satirical right now. Please.
I know. I don't want to hear no.
Right. As a disclaimer, stop the bullshit. Like, exactly. That pedophilia is wrong. Hey, speaking of which, there was another story.
Right.
If on I saw it on World Star. They jumped the dude. They caught him in the act of trying to molest this little girl, and they dragged his ass outside and beat his ass. Like a bunch of dudes dragged him outside and beat his ass. So
wow.
I'm with that. I'm with
crazy.
that. So this priest needs to get his ass beat.
Oh man, it's weird. I actually saw this story the other day. It was saying that they're trying to, I don't know if it's legalized pedophilia or sort of, like how everything is like everybody's cool with gay people now. They're trying to say like pedophilia is sort of the same thing, like it's a sexual orientation. You understand?
Right. Yeah. It's that book. It's the clinical mental disorder scientific journal of America or something like that, where they every few years they update it because they have different editions. Mm-hmm. So back in 1979, homosexual or what's the word? Homosexual orientation was considered a mental disorder.
Right.
So in 1979, they changed the what it said in the book and changed homosexuality to something that's not a mental disorder anymore. So now some people are advocating to do the same thing for pedophilia, saying that it's a like people who are pedophiles are born that way, and just like how they're trying to say that homosexuality is something that you're born with,
Right.
So they're not trying to necessarily make it normal, but they're trying to say that it's a condition that you're born with.
Right.
And, and it should be considered as such or whatever. So I don't know. It just seems weird. Like where do you draw the line? You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying,
where do you really draw the line?
I'm just wondering about the stereotype, because it's like, okay, if I'm a priest, it's like you just gonna automatically assume I like messing with little boys. You know what I'm saying? It's like like somebody coming up to me and I'm black and they assume I could freestyle. I mean, I could, but that's just a coincidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is? I'm just saying, like, do you say one day, hey, I want to be a priest, and then all of a sudden it's just somehow you just got this urge for little boys? Like, what? I just don't get the shit. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. That's freaking crazy. But anyway. On to other news, right? So this news right here made me extremely happy. So basically, women are now supposed to be paying alimony, and what they call it is permanent alimony. And they had a story where they were talking about this lady, I think she was from New Jersey or whatever, and she was making, I think, 6 figures, and her husband was making basically half of her salary, and they've been together for 19 years. And so since she was the breadwinner, when they broke up, she has to pay alimony to this guy. She has to, and the thing is, she has to keep paying unless she retires and makes less money, or if her husband gets remarried. Do you understand?
Oh wow!
And they were saying that she has to pay him. I think it was it 15,000 or 1,500? I think it was probably 1,500. I think it was 15,000, but she had to pay 15 something a month to this dude in alimony. You feel what I'm saying? So we got to get a fucking a fucking round of applause for that.
Yeah,
shit.
we got
justice has been it's been served. It's a beautiful thing.
And you know what's funny? I bet you she's the one that requested the divorce too.
Right. Probably. And it's funny because I look at it and I'm thinking a lot of these women are mad. And it was funny because in the news story, the lady was, I guess there was a lady interviewing the wife, and she was like, oh, aren't you kind of sad or resentful that, your husband didn't pull his weight up and be able to contribute more? And I'm just like, why is it that it's like looked down upon for him, but no one looks at women that way? You understand what I'm saying? If we're trying to be on this equal shit, right? So if we're trying to be on this equal stuff, and equality is backfiring on women. Do you understand?
Yes,
it's
feminism
backfiring
has failed you
like a motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? And this is it's good for them though. It's good for them because they were the ones saying, "Hey, I want to be equal. I want to be equal." Now you got all your money. You a strong, independent woman. Then you want to get married still, right? And then now you got married, and a lot of women are making more than their men. So now, guess what? You're gonna have to give up half, ladies. You understand what I'm saying? You're going to have to come up off that paper. And the funny part is this. It says that they have to keep paying unless they retire or the husband gets married again, right? Now, how many men are going to say, you know what? I'm getting this amount of money a month unless I get married. Most dudes is going to just not get married and have this chick paying him forever.
Forever.
It's beautiful.
Because men don't want to get married any fucking way.
It's beautiful.
Which sensible man do you know really wants to get married? Like,
exactly.
90% of the motherfuckers married out there pretty much kind of just, they surrendered their choice. They surrendered their life to the female and was like, you know what, fuck it, let's get married. But I don't know many men who is like, they just wake up like, you know what? You know what? I need to be married.
Right.
I need to put myself in a situation where a female could fucking, turn my life upside down when she gets tired of me. Nah. I don't know many men who willingly put themselves in that situation.
Right.
So yeah, she's fucked.
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
Because he's not going in there again.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's going to backfire on these women heavy because most of these dudes, once they realize they're getting alimony from this chick, dude, you know how many? Oh my God! Listen.
Hey, question. You think Kevin Federline is ever trying to get married again?
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
Kevin Federline is getting paid by the Britney Spears empire for the rest of his life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He will never get married. He won't even live with a bitch because he's too afraid of having some type of common law marriage.
Right.
He won't even live with a chick.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's going to be single and live by himself for the rest of his life on purpose. Are you kidding me?
Right. Because think about it. You've been married, you get divorced, and your wife has to pay you $5,000, $8,000 a month. You understand? For forever, unless you get married again or unless she retires. You understand what I'm saying?
That's like winning the lottery.
Basically.
And on top of that, ask yourself this. How easy is it for men in the dating game?
See?
How easy is it?
See?
It won't happen.
It's crazy.
It won't happen. But statistically speaking, even if he never does anything, it still will never happen. Even if he tries, it may never happen.
Right.
Statistically speaking.
Right. Because it's hard out here for these dudes. So for a guy to even get married again, it's going to be a hard thing. So why would he bother to try to get married if he's getting money from his old wife? So truthfully, man, listen, look, thinking about this picture, you got a guy, he's married, he got divorced, his wife is paying him $5,000 a month, right? This guy can go, he don't have to work, right? He could chill, eat good, you know what I'm saying? Go on some trips here and there, meet some other chicks, bang them out. You understand what I'm saying? Come home, chill, do his thing, and just keep it moving. You understand? Right. He ain't gonna go and actually, and even if, let's say he gets a girl and he they're chilling and he really likes her or whatever, he's not gonna give up, free money every month to get married to some new chick. No, I'm sorry, it ain't happening, ladies. Yo, it's just too funny. It's too funny. And you know what the funny part is? I don't feel sorry for any woman when this happens. Not one of them. I don't feel sorry for any of y'all because I've been trying to tell ladies, listen, y'all don't want equality, son. Y'all don't want it. Y'all don't want it because this is what's going to happen because this is almost showing how equality technically doesn't work. You understand? Because the thing was, if a guy and his wife divorced, usually he would have to pay alimony because let's say she's not working and she needed some money for her and the kids and all this other stuff. And then, most likely she would get married again or get another guy again because that's something that women sort of look forward to. Dudes could just fuck girls until they die. Do you understand what I'm saying? We don't need to get married. Guys just sort of get married just because they were there. They were pressured into it. They surrendered. You understand? So, man, oh my goodness.
You know what, though? There's one possibility. There's one exception to the rule. If he's smart, he's gonna marry a chick that makes more money than his ex-wife. That's what's gonna happen.
Right.
So if the divorce situation happens again, he stands to make even more money.
Oh my goodness, that is the fucking shit.
Oh man. Hey, I'm all for independent women because if it evens the playing field, then so be it, because they've been begging for it for years. So give it to them.
Exactly.
Give it to them.
That's what the fuck I'm saying. Shit, Jesus Christ, man. Like, dudes, if this is some real shit, man. You guys out here who's not making that much money, and you get with a chick and you realize she got 2 or 3 times more than you, and you want to get married. Fuck it, go ahead and do it, man. You know what I'm saying? Watch, you know what's gonna happen. There's gonna be a lot of women who are not gonna want to get married anymore. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be like, fuck that. They're going to be on it's going to be like the female version of MGTOW out there. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be like,
wait,
fuck
so when the women don't want to get married, are is everybody going to look at them and say that they're scared of commitment? And,
exactly.
And try to shame them into getting married? Like,
exactly.
Okay, yeah.
That's probably what's going to happen. You feel me?
Are we intimidated? Are they intimidated? Well, if they don't want to get married, are they intimidated by independent men? Is that what's happening?
Exactly. I'm telling you, man. It's woo, man. It's about to.
We're gonna have to tell them, hey, why don't you woman up? And get married, huh? Why don't you sort your life out, get your life together, so you can settle down and get married, huh? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you independent woman, you. See,
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, I feel sorry for you ladies right now, but hey, it is what it is, right?
So you know what it is. Females are like the. You know the kid in the kindergarten class who they everybody has a toy, but they want the other kid's toy.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Not for any specific reason. It's just that I want that one. Mm-hmm. I want that toy, even though the toy that they have is perfectly fine.
Right.
But when they do get that other toy, they realize that they were good with the toy that they had. You see what I'm saying? But it's just a childish characteristic that causes them to want what they don't have, even though they don't need it. And truthfully, when they actually get it, they realize they don't want it either.
Right, it's true.
It's just the nature of a female. Sad.
That shit is so true. It's freaking ridiculous, man. It's too much truth in this motherfucker. Now, so the last story we got is this dude, Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh man,
made $6 billion in a day. Wow, man.
Oh man, he got married. He's a dummy. But see, he got married. His wife is not American. Right. He got like a nice Filipino Asian chick, I think. Yeah, so he more than likely she's gonna be a nice, submissive, obedient, supportive wife, like she should be, and understand her role as a female and as a woman and as a wife, and keep her mouth shut while her husband brings home the bacon, and she can live a comfortable life. All she has to do is support her husband. That's it. That's it. So Zuckerberg is smart. He didn't marry some American westernized idiot. He didn't do that. He made sure he married a Pacific Asian. You understand? He married a woman outside of the Western world, women that understand their role as female, as women, as wives, and that's why he's gonna be good. That's why he's good. He doesn't have to worry about all that
nonsense. Preach, man. That's crazy, and it's crazy because like $6 billion in a freaking
In a day.
And all of you helped him do it. I helped him do it. Miles helped him do it. You know what I'm saying? Every time you log on to Facebook, you're all interns at Facebook. You know what I'm saying?
Specifically, the ad revenue on Facebook went up a certain percentage, which caused the shares in the company to increase by $15 a share. And
wow.
he himself, I think he owns the majority holdings of the share, like 51% of all the shares. And so that's why he was able to make $6 billion in one day.
Wow. See, you guys got to be entrepreneurs, man.
It was either the sales revenue went up 15% or the shares went up $15. One of the two. I saw it, but I don't have the numbers in front of me right now.
Man.
But either way, yeah, that's basically what happened.
That's crazy. And I heard that he's supposedly said he's putting like 90% of his earnings to like his charity foundation, which is actually his own foundation. So it's like he's literally taking his money out of his wallet and putting it in his other wallet. You understand?
Right. Yep, because when you're rich like that, the tax breaks on philanthropy is incredible.
Right.
You know? So, I mean, he's still giving away a decent amount of money, but when his accountants and his lawyers do his taxes, he's still holding back millions.
Right.
So
Man.
it's all good. It's all good with him.
Jesus.
All
Well,
good with him.
listen, doesn't he have a daughter? I think
his wife just gave him a daughter. Yep.
Listen, when she turns 18, 19, 20, make sure you marry her, right?
Right.
And then get divorced and just get half. You be freaking, you'll be freaking good, man. I'm telling you. Oh, marry her, marry Blue Ivy, marry Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's daughter and all that, man.
Right.
I'm telling you, dudes is gonna start like hollering at chicks talking about how much you make. You understand what you do? Yo, it's fucked up. The world is just switching around. I'm telling you, right before our eyes. We are in the feminist age. It's going down. So before we go on break, right? What I want to do is I'm gonna read one of the emails that was sent to me, and if you guys have any emails and you want me to read it on the Bad Boy Show, make sure you email me at askmrlucario@gmail.com, and I will read your emails and we will get it popping. You feel what I'm saying? So this email, it says, "What's up, Mr. Lucario? I'm 22 in college. I don't have a car or a house. I live with my uncle who is on some super spiritual weirdo shit. I'm trying to get money and fuck thick bad bitches until I die. What do you suggest? Because I don't know what to do. I'm trying to fuck girls but don't have any real transportation or a place to take them if they do decide to let me fuck. What would you do?" Okay, so this guy wants to fuck bad bitches till he dies, okay? It's like he might want to get married to one of these bad bitches, don't get some paper. I'm just saying, okay? But he's saying he doesn't have, he's living with his uncle. He's in college. He don't got his own place. He don't got no transportation. But he just wants to smash chicks. I'm going to say a couple things. One, I would say as far as having sex with the chicks, you might need to find a chick or talk to women who have their own place. Who, where you can go to their place and smash, or you might need to, take chicks to hotels and all that, but you need money for that. So my second thing would be, you got to really get your shit together. You understand what I'm saying? So
right.
The thing is, cause I always tell guys, you don't have to wait to get a lot of money and get all your stuff situated to like have sex and do a lot of other stuff. But the thing is that you don't want to be the type of dude who you don't really got a lot of your stuff going and all you're thinking about is banging chicks. You understand? And then it's kind of like all your focus is on that. And so you're not really taking time out to get your shit together. So you can do both. Get your shit together and still talk to chicks. But what you would want to do is you need to talk to the girls who got their own place, got shit going on. And even some of those girls who got shit going on will give you money. You understand? If your game is tight, you understand? So they'll hook you up and do all that other stuff. But the thing is, like, you can't focus 100% of of your time on women, no matter what. Even if you had your shit together, you shouldn't be focusing 100% on women. You understand what I'm saying?
Wait, real quick, I just want to say that he sounds like the perfect candidate to join the Bad Boy membership.
That is true. That is so true.
One thing he needs to do is get a if he's in college, get a job on campus or something so he can pay for that Bad Boy membership. And he might want to get a Uber account with, because it's not that expensive with Uber. Like a short ride is around $5.
Right.
So talk to girls in the vicinity, talk to girls on college campus or around college campus, holler at girls that got an apartment or live in the dorms, and then I mean, so at that point you won't even need the Uber account. You just need to pay for your Bad Boy membership, because if your ambition is to fuck bad bitches, then that's what the Bad Boy membership is designed to do. And you can't be too, if you want your game to be tight and you want to get your money right, your game got to be real tight. Your game got to be real tight. You see what I'm saying? And then because the thing he doesn't want to do, he doesn't want to turn into a nice guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to for this reality, and for him wanting to do what he want to do, he got to be a bad boy. Seriously.
Right.
And I know it sounds like a fucking commercial, but I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the fucking truth.
Nah, it's real talk. That's it's funny because a lot of dudes don't realize that when you talk about game, it encompasses everything. The thing is that we focus on the dating game, because we're talking about dating and all this other stuff. But as far as everything else, how you do one thing is gonna basically determine how you do everything. You understand? Like it's the type of person you are. So while I'm reading this, I see that you're sort of fiending to get chicks, and you got that passion. You understand what I'm saying, to do that, but you have to know how to balance out that passion and have it go across all areas, because the thing is, you want to be well balanced. You understand? You want to be able to say, okay, I got these chicks I'm messing with, but I'm also working on myself. I'm working on getting money. I'm working on whatever it is I'm working on. And you don't want to just, because the thing is, if you are just focusing on getting chicks, but you don't got nothing else going for you, you understand, it's going to hurt your chances of getting more chicks, which is why even in this email you're saying, damn, I don't really got, that much money. I don't got this. I don't got that. And that right there is already hindering you, because that's already on your mind. You're going to always feel like you're not really balanced in what you're trying to do. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's important to, make sure that you get that handle. So I'm not saying that you can't mess with chicks or you can't, have sex with girls, have fun and all that other good stuff. But at the same time, I just want to let you know and give you that insight that you actually need to do your thing and get your stuff together, because the truth be told, is going to be easier for you to make things happen once you get that going, because you're young, you're single, you understand, you got a lot of energy, it seems. I'm reading through this email or whatever, and once you get everything in place, then things are going to be easier to really flow and really, to really pull. So it's like, just focus on that, focus on balancing it out, and then things should go the way that it needs to go. You feel what I'm saying? And that goes for any of you guys out there, because you want to be tight with the game with the ladies, but at the same time, you have to understand that same tightness that you're trying to get as far as the game and the dating game. You want to get that with your business. You want to get that with even like your health. You want to get that with your mind state, you understand, of how you view the world and do all these different things. So all around, it has to, flow. You understand? It has to be that type of thing. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So it is what it is. But listen, we are going to go on a quick break, right? And when we come back, we're going to talk about the topic of the show, which is why it's hard for a lot of guys to, attract women. All right. So stay tuned. You are listening to the Bad Boy Radio Show. We will be back after these messages. Do you want to learn the easiest way to have more sex with more women? Then get the critically acclaimed book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. In this book, you'll learn everything you need to know about attracting and sleeping with beautiful women. That's How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. Get your copy today at MrLocario.com. That's MrLocario.com. 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 Are you an actor who needs headshots? Do you have an event or a wedding coming up and you need a photographer? If you do, make sure you go to pavionphoto.com. Pavion is a professional photographer who will supply you with high-quality video and photography services for any event. Contact him at pavionphoto.com. That's P-A-V-I-O-N photo.com. pavionphoto.com. Yeah, we are back. We are back on the Bad Boy Radio Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's how we do it. So, listen, today's topic, we're going to be talking about why a lot of men have trouble attracting women. You know, because I get a whole lot of emails from dudes, you know, from everywhere, from different states, countries, and it's like the same, you know, the same type of problems. You know, guys just, they don't understand what's really going on. You understand? So I got a list of things that I want to talk about when it comes to this topic of, you know, being able to attract the woman that you want to really get things going. And, you know, we're going to get a little bit deep on this. So, you know, make sure you got your notepads ready. You understand? And again, make sure you guys go to badboymembership.com to become a Bad Boy member, and you can get 45 through 90-minute audio and video tutorials that will help you. You understand? So we do this to help you guys, so make sure you are on the Bad Boy membership, all right? So when we talk about, you know, guys not being able to attract women and all this other stuff, and the first thing I want to talk about, and I actually talk about this in my book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day, you know, guys don't believe that they can get women, or they only believe that they can attract whack women. You understand? So they don't believe they can get women in general, or they only believe they can get, you know, the whack chicks. I hear a lot of guys hit me up. They're like, oh, only fat girls try to holler at me, all these other different things. You understand? and I mean, you gotta understand something. Fat girls holler at everybody. You understand? Because they have to. You understand? So it's just,
Right.
It's because most guys, they're not really sought after like the other chicks, so they got to get out there and put in some work.
It's called your sexual marketplace value. That's what it's called. So fat chicks, they know they have a low sexual marketplace value, so they have to make themselves available to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
You have to give themselves a chance. But you know, it's funny. You know, you got a lot of fat chicks acting high and mighty nowadays.
Oh, of
a lot
course.
of fat chicks acting like skinny hot chicks.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and the reason why is because of all you fucking nice guys out there.
Right. It's true. It's true. It's terrible out here, man. But you know, when we talk about, like, you know, the reason why dudes can attract women is that, you know, you got to understand how important it is for you with your belief system. You understand, like, what you believe is going to dictate how you act, meaning what you do. You understand? So if you believe that you can actually get girls, if you believe women like you, if you believe that you can attract women, then eventually you're going to start to attract more women, because your belief is going to dictate your action. So if you think you could get girls, then you're going to start approaching girls more. You're going to talk to more girls. You're going to actually do what you need to do to actually get them, because you believe that it's possible. You understand? If you believe you can't get them, if you believe that it's hard to get them, if you believe that these girls aren't going to like you, then your actions are going to dictate that, meaning you're going to end up not approaching girls. You're going to end up saying, you know what, what's the point? They're not going to like me anyway. And then you're just going to fall back. You understand? So it's really important, your beliefs, because it's the same thing as anything else. Like if I told you, you know, if I took a knife and I said, hey, you know, stick this in your heart, you understand? You're probably not going to do it because you believe that you're going to die. So your beliefs is dictating your actions. Your actions are telling you not to do it because you know, you're like, okay, I believe I'm going to die. You understand? So if I say, hey, you know, go in this airplane or something and fly to Jamaica or whatever. You understand? You do it because you've seen people fly. You believe that, you know, people could get in airplanes and go places. So your actions are dictated by your beliefs. If I tell you to jump off of a roof and fly, you're going to probably not do it because you're like, well, I believe that gravity is going to make me fall and die. You understand? So your actions are always dictated by your beliefs. You understand? And I think a lot of dudes don't realize that, like, however you believe and what you believe is going to basically dictate how you're going to act. It's really that simple. You understand? So you guys have to believe this shit. But the hard part is that dudes don't believe it because they're caught in this cycle of thinking that what they've seen is what really is, but what they've seen is just based off of the belief they have now. So for example, a guy will approach a girl or a couple of girls, they'll all reject him. And then so now he believes that the reality is that they're rejecting him because no girls like him. But the actual reality is the girls are rejecting him because he believes he couldn't get them. Do you understand? So his whole like insecurity comes off when he talks to girls. Do you understand? And then your insecurity is the thing that is going to stop you from getting the girls. Right? So you have to get out of that thought process of thinking, oh, well, because these girls are rejecting me, no girls like me. You can't think about it like that. You got to be like, well, look, these girls, it didn't work out with these girls because those weren't the girls that were right for me. I'm going to go for the next girl and the next girl. And then you actually get the girls. But you also got to understand that rejection happens to everybody. So the thing is that you can't act like it's just me. It's like that happens to everybody. Everybody has to go out there, talk to a lot of girls, play the numbers game, and then you're going to get the girls who are attracted to you. You feel what I'm saying? So, it's...
That's
guys,
very true.
You got to understand that, man. You got to
That's
understand.
Extremely true.
You got to understand that shit, man. You know what I mean? And another thing that I have on this list, the second thing I have on this list is why a lot of men have trouble attracting women is because dudes give themselves a lot of excuses as to why they want to approach a girl, right? So
right, you talk yourself out of it. You talk yourself out of approaching a female.
Right. And I see this all the time. Like I was actually out with a dude the other day, and we were at this this spot up on in Manhattan. So anybody who lives in New York, I was at the spot it was Sky Room. That's the name of the spot. So Sky Room, which is on 40th and like 10th Avenue or whatever. It's a nice little spot, rooftop spot or whatever. So we chilling there and he sees this chick. And the whole time he's like, yo, should I go talk to her? She kind of hot, and he's like, nah, she look like she's busy talking to her friend. She look like she upset. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna go talk to her because she looked like she's in a bad mood. Like he was giving himself all these excuses,
right,
as to why he shouldn't talk to her, right? So she was with her friend, and I said, yo, listen, I'll take the friend and you go talk to the girl, right? So I go up to both of them. And I start talking to the friend, and he starts talking to the girl. So he finally starts talking to her. They end up talking all night, doing that, they exchange numbers, all this other stuff. So he almost missed out on getting this chick's number because he was coming up with all these damn excuses. You see what I'm saying? And it's just a fear that all you guys, you have, because the rationalizations, it's like a comfort thing. Because I used to do that shit too. I used to be on a train. I used to see a chick. And I'd be like, I don't know. She, like I'd either say like, yeah, she don't look like she want to be bothered, or she looks like she's into that book she's reading. I don't want to disturb her, and then it would be even, and the worst part, sometimes I see a bad chick and then I try to convince myself that she's not that hot. Like, no, she's not that hot. Look at her nose. It's not that perfect. Look at those titties. They're not that supple.
You see, the mind is a powerful thing. The mind is a very powerful thing. Right. And like you were saying before, like, what you believe and whatever's going on in your mind is what's going to dictate your actions. And right. But you know what the really bad part is? What? bad boy rule number 2.
Right.
Because the first rule, matter of fact, it should be bad boy rule number 1.
Right.
You don't give a fuck what's going on with her anyway. What do I give a fuck? I should care if you don't want to be bothered. I don't give a fuck. Like,
right.
I see you, I want to talk to you, and I'm going to talk to you, period. You're a female. I don't care. Most of the stuff going on in your life is frivolous anyway. You're a female.
Right. Exactly. Real talk.
So go get that. Go get that. If you want it, go get it, period.
Real talk.
Don't give a fuck. Oh, she's talking to her friend. Oh, maybe she... I don't care. I'm here, you're here. I want to talk to you, I talk to you, period.
Right. Real talk. Real talk. And that's the thing that guys need to understand. It's like, yo, you know, you worried about what she's going through or what she might be feeling and this and this and that. It's really irrelevant, actually. You understand?
It's irrelevant. You know why? Because her life will be better having spoke to you, period. That's what's supposed to be in your mind anyway. Her life will be better having spoke to you. Why? Because you're the shit. Bad boy rule number one. Bad boy rule number one. You're the shit. Bad boy rule number two. I don't give a fuck what's going on in her life because I'm coming. Whatever interaction we have is gonna make that shit better, no matter what.
Real talk. Real fucking talk, man. Not as real shit though, man, because and that's the thing. A lot of guys. And you know what's funny? Because when you give those rationalizations, or you know, you make up these excuses, it's almost like you're dissing yourself because you're making it seem as if, you know, your presence isn't wanted or you're going to be bothersome to her. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you know, like if you have something great and you're about to give somebody something great, you don't think about, you don't ever think you're going to be inconveniencing them. You know, if somebody said, hey, I got a $50,000 check with your name on it, they're not going to be like, oh, should I tell him now? He doesn't seem like he's ready to take this money. Like, no, they're going to be like, hell yeah. Like, what's good? You understand? Like, it don't matter when you say that shit. You understand? And that's the way you got to look at it, is that you're actually bringing value to this woman's life. You understand? And I think a lot of guys look at it as they're going up to the girl and they're looking for the girl to approve of them. Do you understand? And then they're looking for the girl to say yay or nay to validate themselves as you know, as a man or some dumb shit. You understand? And that's the wrong way to go. You understand? So you guys got to understand, you know, how valuable you are. You feel me? So the third thing I have on this list is the reason why a lot of men have trouble attracting women is they are scared of this feminist society. Okay, it's real talk, and it's tough out there because you know,
nigga, I'm afraid of this feminist society. and truthfully, this particular part of it is something that should be handled with care and diligence because
you don't want to get caught up.
You don't want to get caught up, and that's another reason. That's another reason why you have to be confident. You have to understand. You have to have a positive mindset and belief before you approach any of these females. Because when you step to and approach anyone in life, man, woman, child, you have to be confident.
Right.
Fear is something that in the animal world can be sensed by other animals. And truthfully, when you strip us down as humans, we're just animals.
Right.
So when you come to somebody and you're not confident and there's something negative about your aura or your character, it shows. It shows. So this is why when you approach, you have to keep those things in mind. Like, don't be. And when just now, I made a joke about being afraid, but not that you should be afraid, but you have to approach these situations carefully and confidently.
Right. It's real talk, man. Because you know it's funny too, and this is why it's important to have game. Because when you're dealing with a girl, you have to be able to understand, you know, when to keep going, when to stop, when to be assertive, when to pull back, when you know, certain things to say to also figure out what type of girl you're dealing with. You understand? Like, because a lot of guys think, you know, a lot of guys got this, you know, my dude, Steve Daygame said, get laid or die trying. They have that thought process where it's like, you're trying to do anything to get some ass or whatever. Right. So you get yourself in situations where you're dealing with a girl who doesn't really, she's all over the place. Like, she's 1 minute she wants to do you, the next minute she doesn't. 1 minute she's like all over you, the next, and then you're thinking, oh, but I'm I need to get some because I've gotten this far. Let me keep going. And usually in those situations, those are the type of chicks you need to leave alone. Those are the type of chicks when you see her doing that shit, you say, okay, have a good night. It was nice meeting you. I'm going to go, because those are the type of girls who, they're displaying that they're not the type of girls you can really, trust to actually be cool about shit, because they're not
solid.
Right.
They're not solid. I mean, let me tell you something. There is an actual term for it now. They call it regret rape. Now, regret rape is when you have consensual sex with a girl. No drugs or alcohol is included in the consensual sex, right? The next day, she wakes up feeling ashamed, or she gets up and talks to one of her friends, and maybe one of her friends is just one of those negative chicks that have always something negative to say about everything. So she'll call her friend up and say, hey, you know that guy I met last night at the bar? Yeah, we went back to my apartment and we had sex. And the girl probably is, proud of herself. She's like, it was awesome. He ate my pussy, and, it was great. I had like 3 orgasms, and, it was awesome. But then her negative-ass friend is going to be like, I don't know. Such and such saw him at another bar the other day, and I think he had sex with a lot of girls, and he might not call you back. And I don't know. You might want to, I don't know. I think you shouldn't have done that. You might, I don't know. Don't tell anyone else, because they might say you're a slut and blah, blah, blah. So this girl that you fucked last night, everything was all good until she spoke to her friend, and now she feels like there's something wrong with what she did with you last night. So she gets it in her mind that you took advantage of her because you smiled and you were very confident and you were this and you were that, and she feels like you took advantage of her. So she calls the fucking cops and says that she was raped. She had sex and she didn't consent to it. So now you're in a situation that you have to prove your innocence and so on and so forth. And that's one of the things that you have to be careful with in this day and age, because, like I said, there's an actual term for it. It's called regret rape. Now, another secret, another thing for all the guys listening, with confidence, sometimes you have to have the confidence to cut a bitch off in the middle of a conversation or in the middle of an interaction, because a lot of guys think the only time you need confidence is the approach. But trust me, you need confidence from before you go to talk to her till after you don't even have to see that bitch ever again, that female ever again. So your confidence and your confidence is you knowing who you are. So while you're talking to that girl, once you realize that she's not solid, that she's wishy-washy, that she's the type of girl that could get influenced by other people to consider consensual sex rape, then you have to have the confidence to say, this conversation is over, and leave her right where she's standing and go talk to another female. That's what. So confidence is confidence is all throughout. You have to. The confidence has to be inside you, and it has to be steady and constant as the North Star. That's bad boy rule number 3 right there.
That's real talk, man. Because and it's like the thing is, you have to really look out. And that's why it's important to talk to these chicks, see the vibe or whatever, because, a chick who's on some wishy-washy stuff, that's just automatically, okay, we're done, right? If you're dealing with a chick who is, she's actually a mature chick, she is showing sexual interest, and she is consistent in showing her sexual interest, those are the chicks that you need to, pay more attention to, versus these girls that's on that hard to get and all this other nonsense, because those are the type of chicks usually that, you're going to get into some bullshit with. You feel what I'm saying? So, that's another thing. So the next thing, number 4, that I have on this list as why a lot of men have trouble attracting women is they don't study the game. And this is what we were talking about earlier as far as, being on the Bad Boy membership, listen to the audios, to the videos, and to really actually implement what you learn and put it into practice. Do you understand? It's not just about, knowing one thing or hearing one thing or watching one video or whatever. You have to actually put it into practice consistently. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is why even with the Bad Boy membership, we come out with it every month, because we come out with a new audio video program every month, because you have to continuously learn. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's the thing where you have to keep going and keep going. Like always refer to, there's this dude on YouTube, his name is Coach Corey Wayne. And he consistently says in his videos, he tells the people, he's like, listen, you got to read my book at least 15 or 16 times. You understand what I'm saying? He's like, you got to read it that many times so it sinks in. You understand? So it's the same thing. You have to study the game. If you don't study it, it's not going to, it's just like, I remember Miles, you were talking about, it's sort of like how people have Bible study. It's like you're refreshing your mind on you know certain things, but you need that refresher because things happen in your regular life that distract you. So you need to keep coming back to it. You understand? It's the same thing, like with even like a person who's a motivational speaker. You listen to that motivational tapes or whatever because you need that motivation, because at some point you're going to get upset, you're going to get depressed, you're going to feel down, and that thing sort of picks you back up and it reminds you of your mission and what you're trying to do. You feel what I'm saying?
It sets you back on track. I mean, this is why people have business plans. This is why people, companies have what they call mission statements, because a lot of times things like you'll have a focus, and a lot of times things will come in and take you off that focus, and you have to go back and read your a person might have a list of goals or a list of priorities. Something will happen, and then you have to take care of another thing that happened, but then you have to go back to your list of priorities to get set straight again. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
Even doctors, nurses, professionals in almost every industry, they have to take classes to keep up to date on what's going on in their field. And the dating game and everything that's happening in the social arena changes all the time. Different trends happen. They change a lot of laws. Up to like 2 or 3 years ago, the age of consent in certain states in the United States of America was like 16 or 17, and now they changed it to 18. So things change all the time. So this is why you have to constantly study the game and know what's going on.
Real talk. And so the next thing I have on this list, and this is something that I haven't talked about too much, but it's very important. And the reason why, a lot of guys have trouble attracting women is because a lot of dudes focus too much on just trying to get the hottest women. You understand? And what I mean by this is not even just the hottest women as far as, oh, you think she's hot, so I want to get her. A lot of guys sometimes want to get a certain type of woman to show off. Do you understand? And so what that does is that it hinders your success with getting girls, because you're thinking too much about what everybody else is thinking and not thinking about what you want to get, to benefit you. So, and the thing is, when you're talking about a hot girl, what is hot is subjective, because myself, for example, a hot chick to me physically is, I like thick chicks. You understand? Like, I like me some Kim Kardashians, Beyonce's, type of chicks. You understand what I'm saying? Body type and all that. You understand? Some guys like the really slim, petite, chicks. Some guys like bigger women. You understand? So whatever is hot to you is hot to you. But what I mean is, a lot of times guys will say, they'll be having this, like, so let's say, for example, you want a chick who looks like a Kim Kardashian, or that's your type. A lot of guys, they'll pass over a girl who's cute that might not be that specific type, or, and they'll just be like, oh, well, I'm waiting for that Kim Kardashian girl, but you're not giving yourself any time, any practice to really maneuver and interact with women, because you're just waiting for that hot chick. You're waiting for that perfect type. You understand what I'm saying? And you're waiting for that to floss, like, oh, look what I got. Look at this hot chick I'm messing with right now. You want to show all your friends. You understand? Like, that's the type of thing that gets you caught up, and you don't really get to move on and actually make things happen. Because the thing is, there's girls that you're going to deal with. There's girls who I dealt with who specifically weren't my type, but they were cute. I thought they looked good. They were cool chicks. We had some good sex. and it was a good time. So it's like you don't want to just sit there waiting for that specific girl. And then also too, a lot of guys use that again as an excuse as to not really approach. You understand? Because if you're saying, well, I'm not going to approach her, she's not my type, or it's like, come on, dude. You gotta get out there and really, make that happen. You feel what I'm saying?
And the thing is, and basically you gotta be true to the game.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like remember who you are and be true to the game, and because all right, for there are a good amount of guys out there who are totally inexperienced when it comes to talking to females, right? And to the point where, because experience means knowing yourself within a certain situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So because a guy lacks experience, he'll look at a girl and not want to talk to her because he feels like, oh, well, that conversation might not go this way or that way. Like you were saying, they use that as a reason not to approach. But the truth of the matter is, you don't really know. So just go talk. Just go talk. Mm-hmm. Just go talk. It's not even necessarily like, oh, hey, girl, what's up, blah, blah, blah. It's just, hey, how you doing? Like, what's going on here? Like, we're at a certain venue. Hey, how do you like this? And have you been here before? And, how did you know about this spot? Or whatever. Like, just regular shit. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you have to first find out who you are in the situation before you can make all those preconceived notions that will hold you back in the long run.
Right. Real talk. That's some real shit, man. Some real shit right there. And so the next thing I got on the list is guys don't know how to dress. That's a real important thing. This is why a lot of times it's hard for you to attract women, because you got to understand how important how you dress and how you look is. One, because when you look good, right, as far as your appearance, because a lot of guys, they get into this whole like looks thing. Oh, if I don't look good and all this, but it's not really about your physical characteristics as far as like your bone structure and how your face looks. It's more about your appearance. And I said this in another video when I was talking about, how to be more attractive to women, is that your appearance and how you dress is important. One, because when you look good in how you dress, you feel better. And when you feel better, you're more confident. You understand what I'm saying? And then that comes across when you're talking to girls, right? Also, when the way that you dress has a impact on how women respond to you. Because what I was saying also is that women, they will basically look at themselves through the eyes of the type of men who are approaching them. So a lot of times women get offended when like a bummy ass dude tries to approach them. They're like, because they think, oh my goodness, is this the type of man I'm attracting? Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you got yourself put together, you got some nice shoes on, you got, your clothes fit, they're clean, you smell good, you get a haircut, you understand? Stuff like that helps. You understand? So it's like when you work on how you dress and how you look, that's going to increase the chances of you attracting women. Do you understand? Right. So it's it's really that simple. Like,
real quick too. Right. It's not to say that what you have on needs to be expensive.
Right. Exactly.
What you have on needs to be, the most important part, I think, is that it needs to be clean.
Right.
Whatever you have on needs to be clean and new looking.
Right. And it needs to fit you. You understand?
It needs to fit you. Right. Exactly.
Right.
It doesn't have to be expensive, but it needs to be clean. It needs to be new looking, and it needs to actually fit you.
Right. And also you need to be comfortable in what you're wearing. I actually talk about this in my book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day, which you could get at MrLocario.com. But I have a chapter in there where I'm talking about how your appearance affects the way that women interact with you. And I was saying that if you do not feel comfortable in what you're wearing, you're not going to feel comfortable. Because again, I was saying that the way that you feel in what you're wearing is going to dictate how you act. So if you're feeling like, because a lot of times people try to mimic, other people and wear the stuff other people are wearing and try to be cool wearing this. Is like, it's not about that. It's about you putting on or dressing in a way that feels good to you, that looks good on you, so that you can feel good about how you look, which will in turn make you more confident, and that will make you more attractive to women. You understand? So it's that type of thing. And a lot of guys got to, understand that aspect of it. You feel what I mean? And so the last thing real quick before we go, I just wanted to talk about this. The last thing I have on this list is that, you know, the reason why a lot of dudes have trouble attracting women is because they don't have women now to have experiences with. Do you understand? So you might be a guy who never had a girlfriend or who doesn't really have a girl now, who hasn't had a girl in a while. And what happens is that when you're not really dealing with any chicks, you understand, it makes it a little bit harder for you because, one, if you aren't dealing with any chicks, you probably haven't had sex in a while. You haven't had any practice interacting with women. So when you do go out there and you talk to a girl, sometimes you might come off a little thirsty because you haven't had any in a while. And then sometimes you come off a little like you don't really know how to communicate or whatever because you haven't been communicating with women in a while. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's almost like if you have a person who, you know, hasn't worked out in a while, or, you know, if you go back working out, you feel kind of weak and your muscles start to feel all funny because it's been a while since you've been doing it. But if you've been working out here and there, you understand, then you go back and it doesn't have that same crazy feel. It's like, so you have to immerse yourself sort of in dealing with girls. Even if you're not even smashing chicks at a certain point, you still have to really, you know, probably go on some dates, do something where you're interacting with women, because what happens is that when you're interacting with women and you talk to other women, you understand, they could feel the fact that you're dealing with girls. They see women already, they want men who other women want. You understand? They want guys who know how to deal with women. You understand? And those guys are more attractive to women versus a guy who sort of doesn't really have that much experience, you know. And also, let's say, you know, if you have one chick that you're probably dating and smashing, that's going to make it easier for you to get other girls, because while you're getting your sex fix already right there with that girl, you're getting those interactions with that girl, which will help you, propel you to get, you know, other things going with these other chicks. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So you definitely got to, you know, be on top of that, because that definitely helps. You feel me? Yeah, man. And guys, remember, go to badboymembership.com right now and join the membership, because when you join the membership, the stuff that you hear on there is detailed step-by-step audio and videos. You feel what I'm saying? It's detailed shits. See, the stuff that you get here and the stuff you get on YouTube and MrLocariotv.com, all the free stuff, that game is already a lot of game in there. But I always say this is like it's like a sandwich, and the game that we give you for free, we're just giving you the bread. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you want the cheese and the lettuce and the meat, you understand, and the mayonnaise, you got to go to badboymembership.com. You understand? Because that's where all of the game is, the step-by-step stuff. You feel what I mean? So I think we're pretty much out of time. I think that's it.
Yeah, man.
Anything else, Miles, you want to say before we get out of here?
Yeah. Don't give a fuck about what them females are thinking.
Exactly.
I swear.
Exactly.
I mean, in reference to, you know, you making decisions about approaching.
Exactly. Real talk. So, guys, thank you guys for listening to The Bad Boy Show. Tune in next time. We are out of here. And remember, the truth is inside you. We are gone.
Yeah.
It's a wrap, people.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.